You got LG Wing, better wing. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I left the autofocus on, so I'm a little unhinged today. But you know what? I figured I might as well make a quick and dirty video because I've been watching the Game Awards for the last 3 hours. Now, I know some would be like, Buddha, why watch the Game Awards? Listen, it's like a ceremonial thing at this point, all right? And it was a pretty awesome show, all right? They had Al Pacino, all right? Everything looked pretty high quality, all right? Even some of the advertising was generally cool. But you know what? To get into it, there was a bunch of awesome game announcements, but one thing I'm proud to say is, Elden Ring won, boys! Let's go! Now again, this is one of the things that I was waiting to see on the internet. You know, is God of War Ragnarok going to take every award? And it nearly did, okay? Like, best music, almost best gameplay, all right? Nearly best everything, okay? Like, man, Santa Monica Studios did a great job with the game, no disrespect whatsoever. Obviously, God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring were like two beasts in one pond. Every time they were put into a lobby, no other game had the chance, all right? No other game had a chance in the categories if either of those two were present. And if those two were present, it was literally either Elden Ring or God of War that was taking a trophy home. Now, of course, before everything over here, I wanted to go over some of the announcements because there were some games that looked pretty cool. I've been making entire notes throughout the entire thing, like it's class, you know. And the teacher's like, "I'm gonna quiz you on the movie we watched." This time, I actually did take the notes. Now, of course, one of them was obviously Dead Cells with Castlevania DLC. Let's just say it like it is. I'm a fan of Dead Cells. Shit, I like roguelikes in any capacity. So when you combine Castlevania and Dead Cells, I'm ready. Now, obviously, they got some. They've got a classic-looking horror game that I actually like there, Post Trauma. It kind of looked like it had really amazing graphics, but they juxtaposed it with like really janky-looking animations. So I'm really excited. It looked like classic survival horror, and y'all know I'm a fan of it. If you haven't played good survival horror, there's a game called Signalis. If you haven't played it, play it. It's like classic survival horror to the max. Then they had a few other games like Viewfinder, which is like the psychedelic puzzle game, which like where you take photos, place them in front of you, and it literally shifts your world right there. It's kind of cool looking. They had a bit of the Among Us hide and seek, so you got some Among Us content coming out there. Get ready for that, boys. And then you've got a few other games. You've got Star Wars Jedi Survivor, which, let's be real here, okay? I like Fallen Order, so I'm excited to play more of the same. Then you've got the new Super Mario Brothers movie. The animation looks great. Chris Pratt's voice is, I'll be real, I'm siding with the fan base here, okay? It does not sound like Mario. But then again, it's the Mario Brothers movie. I don't think I care that hard about it. I mean, otherwise, looks like a solid banger. Would love to watch it. Would love to watch it on my nieces and nephews, okay? Then, of course, you got Al Pacino, who showed up, who handed out an award. I thought it was pretty cool to see. I was expecting Scarface, The World Is Yours, 2 to come out, like some weird announcement there, and Al Pacino was about to give some lines there. We didn't get that. They had one VR game that I was interested in called Ghostbusters, which is about the only thing VR related that I cared about. There was like the best VR game, and I'm surprised Resident Evil 4 did not win that category. There was one game known as Moss 1 and 2, which I guess are so good, I might have to consider buying it on the VR just to play them. And then, of course, Stray won the best indie, which, is fine. I expected it. But, all of that aside, Death Stranding 2! Woo! Let's go, boys! As you all know, okay, Death Stranding, I know some people are like, but Muda, it's a walking simulator. It is, okay? It's an Amazon Prime delivery simulator, okay? It's Amazon Prime delivery system. It's Amazon Prime delivery simulator, except you can actually pee outside of bottles. All right? It's a fun game. I like it. I platinumed Death Stranding twice! Nearly 3 times on the Steam Deck at this point. And Death Stranding 2 got announced. It looks amazing, all right? The fact that they haven't really announced which platforms, so hopefully it's a PS5 exclusive. It's time to get some actual next or current generation games out. The story is confusing, even with the context of the first game, which is something that I'm excited to see Kojima-wise. He's got another game brewing, but Death Stranding 2 is about to come. You got Norman Reedus and his funky fetus. You got Lea Seydoux back in action. And the game looks like it's charting into completely new territories. And I'm super excited to get my hands on it when it comes out. Death Stranding 2 is going to be my piece of cake. And then, of course, beyond Death Stranding 2, all right, which, again, might I remind you, if you haven't played the first game, total high recommendation from me, okay? I would recommend you pick it up on a sale, give it a try. And then, of course, God of War kept on winning awards. Like, they won Best Narrative, They won Best Music, which I kind of disagree with. Like, I played Ragnarok. I don't think it really wins the music department personally. I think that should have gone to Elden Ring. I remember having a full erect dong at the main menu title screen, but hey, you know, difference of opinion, I would say. Then, of course, From announced Armored Core, which looks pretty cool. I've never played an Armored Core game before, but after seeing that From is on it and the trailer they made, dude, I'm already about to emulate Armored Core on the PlayStation 3. Okay, so that's going to be something there. But yeah, that's pretty much where we got to. Elden Ring won a few more awards, like Best Role-Playing Game, and I think it won Best Game Direction as well, too, which I absolutely believe it deserves. Honestly, you know, this Game Awards was pretty sweet this year. Like 100%, I watched the entire show all the way through, and I can honestly tell you there wasn't really any period of dead moments. Like, even when they were going off about, like, mobile games and whatnot, I think generally they really captured each aspect of, like, games pretty well. Even the community around it, like the content creators that came out and were endorsed into it. I saw Ludwig won one of the best content creator awards, which YouTube Gaming represent, obviously. And yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Elden Ring won it, dude. Elden Ring dominated, well, not dominated, but Elden Ring deserved that Game of the Year. And as a fan of Elden Ring, as somebody that platinumed that game literally 2 weeks into its release, I'm actually glad to see it win, okay? That was absolutely one of the best Soulsborne games that have come out, and I'm glad that I got to play the shit out of it before, like, the next 2 years when we start to see the Elden Ring was actually bad video series, the arc of YouTube. But for now, I'm glad to see it win Game of the Year. And honestly, I'm also glad to see God of War succeed too. I think when it comes down to these awards, it's fun to have like sides and pick whatever. But honestly, the fact that this year alone we ended up having some solid bangers, super sweet to see. So I'm glad to see like a bunch of these games have come out. Whether you're an enjoyer of Horizon, whether you're an enjoyer of Stray, God of War Ragnarok, or Elden Ring, point is, we just got a crap ton of awesome games this year, you know, in retrospect, now that we look at it. And honestly, 2023, with all the announcements that we've seen so far, I'm super duper excited to see what comes out too. There was one other mention of a game that I saw in that whole reveal too, was Remnant 2. And it looks like literally like Doom kind of, with sort of a co-op twist, maybe a looter twist. And I'm excited to play that when it comes out. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Game Awards 2022. Pretty poggers indeed. And I've just finished watching it, ladies and gentlemen. Time to play some Yakuza. Or wait, Portal RTX came out. Time to play that, then Yakuza. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.